even had a fucking a potluck at work, which I was gonna skip that, but I chipped in my money, so. Welcome to Mike Versus Carbs. I'm your big brother Mike, Mr. Mike, if you will. This is the review of the 4th week of my 30-pound weight loss challenge. Let's do a recap first. The first week I started on the 13th, and that first week I actually lost 10 pounds. I ate every day. Second week, I was 231 when I started that week, and then I was 221 at the end of the week. Second week, from 221 to 213, that's 8 pounds. And so that's 18 pounds in 2 weeks or 14 days. As the fat came down, the weight started getting kind of harder to lose because it's not as much fat, as before. So the third week, I started at 213. I got down to 210. That was only 3 pounds, but then that's 21 pounds in 21 days. It was actually 22 days. Keep messing that up. This past week, I started at 210, obviously, got down to 207 as of earlier, before I ate tonight. Normally, I like to be, 220. Of course, that's when I had more muscle. But since I've done this challenge, 210 is where I've been hitting the plateau. And actually, man, I feel great. I look good. I feel good. I think 210 is probably where my body wants me to be. Of course, it wants me to put on some more muscle, but it is what it is. I'm working on that shit. But yeah, so in 4 weeks' time, in 28 days, I've lost 24 pounds. So 24 pounds in 28 days. I ate every day. I've documented everything I've eaten. Even had a fucking a potluck at work, which I was gonna skip that, but I chipped in my money. So luckily they had grilled some burgers and some dogs and some bratwurst. So I said, well, I'll just eat the meat and I won't have any sides. Although I did have a spoonful of mac and cheese. Actually worked out pretty good because I ate it while I was still doing all that walking, and it didn't even show up on the scale. So I ate every day for 4 straight weeks, 28 straight days. I lost pounds, a lot at first, but as I get closer to having a lot less fat, or probably closer to my ideal weight, the weight is getting harder and harder to get off. I'm still, right now, 207. I was 207 before I ate, but let's just say 207, 7 pounds away from my goal. At this rate, the way my body is responding to me trying to get this last little bit of extra fat off, it's probably going to take another 2 to 3 weeks. I told you guys at the beginning, I'll probably do a straight water fast, do part of it. I'm going to go into that water fast starting tomorrow. I did eat tonight, so whatever I wait in the morning, I don't even care. I'm going to start the water fast, actually starting tonight. So I already ate, so I'll just say start tomorrow morning. I won't eat anything until I hit 200 pounds. Yeah, let me say this about the past 4 weeks. In the beginning, it was easy to get that weight off, just going on a lower carb diet, trying to keep my carbs under 50. Then I had to make an adjustment. I went under 40, then I had to make another adjustment. I went up under like 30 and 20. Like I said, as I lost more fat, it got harder and harder to get more weight off, which makes sense. If you're only so many pounds over your ideal weight, you're not gonna be able to burn that fat as easily. As I got even lower on the carbs, I was gonna cut down the fat, but I said, no, let me increase the fat to help my body go into fat burning mode, ketosis. And I think that actually started working. Like even this morning, I weighed myself and I didn't eat. And by the time I actually got up to go work out, I had then lost a pound doing nothing. So my body was definitely burning the fat. As I was losing the weight, my body was obviously adjusting. I probably had some water retention going on. I probably was eating, let me say this. Found out I was giving too many carbs to like my peanuts I was eating, because I had got some information off the internet, and I was getting conflicting information, but I just went ahead and went with the label on the bag. Whenever you get some conflicting information, if you get something that's already got you nutrition information in the bag, just go with what's on the bag. So the peanuts I haven't eaten. After you subtract the fiber from them, they were like, for a 1/4 cup, 1 net carb, for a 1/2 cup, 2 net carbs. And so on some of my videos, I got the wrong information for the peanuts on there. And when I was eating the popcorn earlier, I think some of that information might be wrong on the popcorn as well. But I was given more carbs than they actually were. I wasn't like given less carbs. So it is what it is. Got down to where I was really low on the carbs, high on the fat. Body was adjusting, retaining water. I started sipping water throughout the day, try to keep that water retention down and all that. So, like I say, man, it's all about knowing your numbers, weighing yourself daily, twice daily, so you can see what your body's doing, see how your body's responding, and make those adjustments. It's that simple. It's that simple. Of course, you got to have some discipline. That's why I say get your mind right. Get prepared to sacrifice. If you really need to lose weight and you need to lose weight in a hurry, you got to get your mind right first. I need to lose weight. I'm going to do what it takes to lose the weight. I'm going to sacrifice all those good things. We're going to put them to the back burner. We're not saying we can't ever have them again. What we're saying is we're going to get our weight down. We're going to get ourselves healthy as possible. Get ourselves in a healthy weight range, and then we can start enjoying the food. One of my coworkers had mentioned something about a cheat day on the day of our cookout. I don't believe in cheat days if you are not in your ideal weight range. If you need to lose weight, especially if you got some health concerns, you need to get that fucking weight off ASAP. There is no fucking cheat days if you got some health issues associated with your weight. You got some kidney issues, liver issues. You are having issues with diabetes, and your numbers are way too high. Man, you need to get that fucking weight down. There's no cheat days. There are no cheat. I don't believe you should have any cheat days until you get into your ideal range, until your health is in the ideal range. That's just me. Here's the thing though, once you start eating like I've been eating, once you start eating healthy, you're gonna enjoy that stuff, man. You're gonna enjoy it. Like I said, well, all we're doing is trying to get our bodies to the healthiest range possible. Then we can enjoy our foods again. Like I said, I'm gonna have a beer when I hit 200. Now I got a doctor's appointment coming up a week from Friday, so I'm probably gonna hold off on my celebratory meal until after the appointment, because I want to see what my numbers are gonna be. I don't want to throw in like a day of just eating like crazy and drinking beer and shit and fuck up my goddamn labs and shit. So I'm gonna get down to 200. I should be down to 200 by this weekend. I'm not gonna have that meal until the following Friday after my doctor's appointment. In the beginning, the weight was coming off like that by just going on a low carb. I still was doing my walking at work, so that was, that's a big part of it. But as the weight came off, even that walking at work was not doing what it was doing the first week. So then I started making sure I increased my gym days, which I was only going to the gym once a week. Hell, if I went that one time. But when I saw that the weight was not coming off as fast, I increased my workout, which really, man, this whole thing has just been all positive. I started eating better. I did the challenge and wanted to document everything because that's how I function. I work better under pressure when it comes to physical things, I should say. You would test me physically, give me a challenge, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to meet that challenge. You know what I mean? So I knew that putting myself on this challenge and documenting, I was not gonna let y'all down. I'm not gonna, embarrass myself. So me having to watch what I eat, and as the weight started coming off slower and slower, I had to increase my exercise. Now I feel great. You know what I mean? I've been going getting more weightlifting in addition to the cardio that I already do. Then I've been doing even more cardio outside of what I get from work. So it's just been a blessing. Fuck, it's been a blessing, man. It's been wonderful. It's been beautiful, actually. I've shown y'all how I went from 231 to 207, 24 pounds in 28 days by still eating. Did not starve. It probably ate a little bit more than I should have ate on a lot of those days. Yeah, meals probably weren't the cutest or the prettiest meals, but they were things that I like to eat. I eat them even when I'm not, dieting or going low carb. I eat them anyway. Everything that I eat all the time anyway. Just normally in addition to other shit. But didn't starve. Wasn't missing anything. Maybe some beer, some pizza, some ice cream. But it is what the fuck it is. You can do it, man. You don't have to starve yourself if you really need to lose weight. 24 pounds in 28 days. Come on, man. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. No pills, no fucking potions, no fucking injections, none of that bullshit. If you have to do those things and you need to do those, that's going to help you get healthy. I'm not knocking it. But a lot of that shit is expensive. And I don't like things that's going to give you crazy side effects either, man. So you can do it naturally, healthy, get your mind right, decide that you're going to lose the weight, right? Set the goal, how much weight you're going to lose, how much weight you need to lose, right? How are you going to do it? Meaning what type of diet you're going to do. You can do any kind of diet. You can go low carb, you can count calories, you can do Atkins, you can do carnivore, whatever works for you, right? You got to decide what type of exercise you're going to do. You got to do the fucking exercises. Even if it's just going for nice long walks, as long as you can go. If you can't do a real brisk walk, I'll be doing brisk walk. I'll be almost speed walking. If you can't do a brisk walk, fucking walk at a nice, comfortable pace. Get your body moving, right? You're gonna do some exercises. You're gonna do resistance exercises, calisthenics, HIIT, whatever. You got to pick an exercise. The diet and the exercise is what's gonna make it work, right? And after that, know your fucking numbers. How much do you weigh? How much do you weigh when you get up? How much do you weigh when you get home? How much do you weigh when you get up? How much do you weigh in the evening, before or after you eat? Well, do it before you eat, right? Do it before you eat. Weigh yourself in the morning when you get up, and weigh yourself before you eat. What you eat in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, whatever the fucking time you eat. Weigh yourself before you eat. It's going to help you make decisions. If you know what you weigh in the morning, you're going to be more careful as to what you eat during the day, if you eat anything. Weigh yourself before you eat to determine how much you're going to eat, what you're going to eat, in the evening or whatever time you eat. Know your fucking numbers, right? Get your mind right. Decide to lose the weight, right? Set the goal. How much weight you're going to lose. What type of diet you're going to do. What type of exercise you're going to do. What are your numbers? That's it. And you can do that with any type of fucking diet, any type of fucking exercise. You gotta know your numbers. The key is making your mind up to lose the fucking weight, mapping everything out, and knowing your numbers every fucking day. Y'all see I be writing shit on the fucking board every day. That was the key. Losing weight this way was easier than me going on the straight water fast. I've done it before. Now, the weight comes off way faster than the water fast. But you the first few days, you think about food, but after the first 3 or 4 days, you don't think about food no more, but you still have to be careful. You're not getting any calories in. You might overexert yourself. You have some moments where you might have a little wooziness and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? So I like this better for people who are not used to doing straight water fasts. We can just eat, man. Don't overdo it. Measure my shit out. I know how much everything is. I even measured out my fucking drinks and shit. I just wanted to do this to help folks who are struggling. You think with as much information out there on losing weight, then nobody would have problems. But I guess it all comes down to discipline, really. You got to make up your fucking mind to lose the weight. And especially if you feel self-conscious about your weight, insecure about it, and you can do it. It's that feeling stressed and depressed. You know, we go, and I do it too. We go to food to help us feel better. You know, get your mind right. You gotta say, fuck that. I'm gonna feel better by getting rid of what's bothering me, or one of the things that's bothering me. So if your weight's bothering you, you can do it. You can do it. And you can do it by eating, and that'll help you knowing that, hey, I'm gonna get myself down here and I'll get back to those comfort foods. But you'll be shocked at how much you really don't miss those comfort foods once you get used to eating in a healthier way. You won't miss those foods once you get going. As a matter of fact, I'll start getting excited thinking about fucking cucumbers. You won't miss those other foods. You'll learn to like the more healthier foods. I got some strawberries in there. I haven't had nothing sweet, really sweet in a while. If I grab one of them strawberries and bit into it, the strawberries really are not that sweet compared to other things. But man, it'll be tasting so sweet, so fucking good. Hope they're still good by the end of the week. But you won't miss those foods, man. If you need to lose that weight, your biggest barrier is eating to feel better. You know what I mean? And also too, your body, you know, everything in your gut and all that, being basically, might as well just say, addicted to the junk food. But you can overcome that, all right? Trust me. Follow my example. Adjust it to what the fuck you've been doing. You know, discuss it with your health, you know, your medical professionals. Gotta say that. But you can lose the fucking weight, man. So, let me finish up with this. I'm gonna go on a water fast starting tomorrow, and I should be at 200 definitely by Sunday, if not Saturday. And if not, definitely by Monday. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it here, y'all. This has been wonderful, man. I love this experience. I'm not going though. I'm still gonna be here documenting things that y'all know how I'm gonna maintain my weight. Once I get down to 200, I'm gonna let myself go back up to 210, probably after my doctor's appointment, or maybe around that time, but I'm still gonna be eating healthy. But I think 210 is my natural weight. So this is your big brother Mike, Mr. Mike, if you will. Y'all take care.